Thanks for joining us again. We told you we would do another update, and the showers and a couple of rumbles of isolated thunder continue across the region. We said it this morning around 8 o'clock, and I'll say it again. Look, I have nowhere to be. If you have questions, we will answer them here. It's just one of those mornings where we're going to take it easy, and we will answer any questions that come in, especially if you do have some of those plans. I just want to kind of give you a tour, if you will. Let's start with our tower camera out there. That rain continues to fall down, just a nasty one. We're also talking winds, even outside of showers right now, 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts. So all of that continues to provide a steady soaking rain, not to mention a breezy one at that. Maybe you've already heard some of those rumbles of thunder. Maybe you've already heard the downpours. It's just kind of rounds of that across our region, and that's what we're holding on to at this point. So if you have any plans, by all means, if you're going to wait for the rain, you're going to be waiting a little bit here. We got a lot of rain to go. Good news is, as we look at any velocity, as we look at any signs of rotation, there are none. In fact, most of this is just some steady rain, and you're not seeing a ton of lightning with this. We love to see it. Right now, the heaviest rain falling basically in the South Strand, Myrtle's Inlet, Surfside, Garden City. You're picking up on plenty of that rain right now. Myrtle Beach, a little bit of a break in the activity, but give it just a couple of minutes, and I think we'll have yet another downpour coming in here right into the heart of downtown Myrtle Beach. Carolina Forest, same for you. A little bit of a break, but more rain. The heavier rain will start to work into the northeast. Conway, you're also about to pick up on a decent downpour. Most of those downpours right now in Forest Brook and Socastee, Little River. You're also picking up on that as well. All right, let's take a look at the big picture, because I know we have other people than just Horry County tuning in this morning. Wherever you're tuning in from, maybe it's Georgetown County. That rain continues for you. Williamsburg County, Florence, downtown Florence continues to pick up on some of that rain. Let's go ahead and actually zoom in to downtown Florence, if you will. They have been picking up on rain since about 3:30 this morning. It's just one of those days where you'll notice no thunder associated with this, no lightning, but a just nice, steady stream of rain coming into the region there. And if we were to loop this, it's just kind of been training right over town of downtown Florence over there, right along Highway 76. That will continue, and we'll keep an eye on any storm that wants to develop. But right now, it looks like just in this picture, one lightning strike. All you see. You'll actually notice as we pan a little bit further to the south, the lightning strikes become a little bit more common. And that's because there's instability. There's storm field to work with down further to the south in Savannah and also into portions of Georgia and Florida. That's where the better severe weather threat will be for today. Like we talked about, it is windy. Wind gust of 23 to 30, even isolated amounts of 40 miles per hour. Talk about that wind really ramping up. 20 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts across the region. We're talking Myrtle Beach, 23. North Myrtle Beach, 36 miles per hour. So wherever you're tuning in from, you have plenty of wind out there, and you also have plenty of rain. Let's go ahead and, like I said, do a Skycam tour. Wicked Tuna Skycam, that rain falling across the region, just providing for a gloomy Wednesday morning, if you will. Here's Florence. Man, coming down in downtown Florence, where that heavy rain continues to fall this morning. Just a steady stream of rain, steady stream of gusty winds. If you don't have to be out, it's a good morning just to take it easy. Sip some coffee, relax a little bit. Downtown Florence, certainly picking it up. Hey, North Myrtle Beach, we're not forgetting about you. Temperatures in the 60s right now. Feels like 67. You're going to be looking at a couple of more of those showers and storms streaming through, and you'll notice people still about on their Wednesday here. I'm looking at downtown there near Main Street, everything running fine. Coastal Carolina or Skycam, you notice the wind, you'll notice the rain, even as you look at the film there. The Palace, you're looking at the ponds of puddles there as we look at the heavy rain that's fallen through. Boathouse, same story. Boathouse Skycam looking at that steady stream of rain. So everyone dealing with this to some capacity. And the good news is, and we talked about this, because of that widespread rain, guess what it does? It limits our severe weather threat. What's funny to me is anytime we get rain here, as we go into this time frame, you still will find some people out braving it. You'll notice as we take a look at our Tin Roof Sky Cam, we see that at this point. So with all that rain, like we talked about, level 1 severe weather risk is now out. It's actually a downgrade from this morning. And anytime you get the rain, well, we kind of take a break. We kind of get that instability and storm fuel to kind of fade. And it's faded to the south and it's faded to the north. So for us, once again, good news. I know it's not the best forecast, but this actually helps our severe weather threat for the rest of the day. So a couple of you have already kind of asked, and I've seen this in the comments. I've seen this on Facebook, even just on some posts. Is there still the chance of severe weather today? Yeah, there's always going to be the chance with a level 1 risk. However, that chance is much, much, much lower as we go into the forecast. So I want to walk you through what it could look like over the next hour or two here. We'll still hold on to the steady streams of showers. That's going to be moving through the area. 10, 11 o'clock, we'll hold on to that. Maybe a couple of gusty winds. We'll have to keep an eye on any embedded storm in there. But really, I think if we're going to see any activity at all, it's going to be as we head into the afternoon, the early afternoon, say 1, 2 o'clock. Notice a couple stronger storms try to form, and I think this may be just a little bit overdone, but a nice stream of moisture coming in, and as we head toward 2, 3 p.m. tonight, look what happens as we go into the afternoon, I should say. Florence, Lake City, Dillon, the areas that aren't seeing rain, actually trying to see some redevelopment of some showers and storms. If we're going to see severe weather, I would almost bet that that is the best chance to see some of those showers and storms. That would be where there's enough clearing, there's enough dry time to kind of reduce and really refuel the atmosphere, if you will. Hartsville, Darlington, Bennettsville, Laurinburg, Charlotte, up into the Triad there into North Carolina. They're kind of calm right now. So if we're placing a bet on where we could see the potential, let's watch that 1, 2, 3 o'clock time frame. You'll notice that line of storms that just kind of is trying to swing through there and up into eastern North Carolina. I think that would be the bigger story for us. I do think we're done with this by 4 or 5 o'clock tonight. Maybe an isolated shower after that, but the good news is we will see some improvements. Here's kind of what we were talking about. Look at all the storm fuel they'll have to work with as we go into the forecast up there, and then that starts to fade as the line works its way in, and it's because of what we're dealt with at this point across the region. So once again, still the threats are the same, even though our level has dropped. We've basically said this would never be a severe weather outbreak, and it would just be some wind and rain with a low tornado threat. That tornado threat is still on the table. It's low, but it's not zero. A very low tornado threat, I think, at this point, but there is the potential, if we get a strong storm, that we could look at a little bit of a spin there, and that's something that we'll monitor as we stick with you through the middle of the day and into the early afternoon. So make sure you have that First Alert Weather app, download it, and it is good to go. So if you missed it, severe weather threat, once again, level 1 risk. It was level 2 this morning. We've actually looked at a little bit of a downgrade there, so we are thankful for that. As far as today goes, that cold front will move out of here and bring in some big-time changes. Some changes that I think some of you will be a fan of. Some changes that I think others may not be, especially after we've had the 80s over the weekend and earlier this week. We'll look at temperatures, like we said, in the low to mid-60s as we go into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Maybe even some frost potential as we go into Saturday morning and even Sunday morning there with temperatures in the 30s. Your 7-day forecast looks like this. You'll notice we get the showers and storms out of here. We'll look at some improving conditions, some brighter skies as we head into your Thursday and Friday. And then, of course, next week, the Great American Eclipse on Monday. The temperatures in the upper 60s, lower 70s by Tuesday, and another round of rain coming in as we go into Thursday and Friday. Inland, I think it's the same story for you. 74 degrees today. It's an 80% chance of rain. Those temperatures going to be held kind of in the lower 60s through the weekend, and then we'll rebound as we head into next week. I really hope that kind of helps you. If you're just now tuning in, I'll take you right back to at least radar, just kind of set the scene, give you at least a view of what we're expecting for the next couple of hours here as this gloomy weather continues. Once again, it's just a steady, soaking rain. We continue to look at those showers rolling through Horry County at this point, and every drop of rain certainly limits our severe weather threat later. So with downpours here, we're appreciative of that, but we aren't going to be keeping an eye on any storm that tries to develop and be embedded in this severe weather threat. I'll be honest with you right now, just 3 lightning strikes, not a ton of storms out there. That's some good news, and hopefully that's the trend. We can kind of keep going. So all this will stream in, like we talked about. We'll watch all these moving through the area over the next couple of hours. If anything were to develop, we'll let you know, and of course, keep you posted on that First Alert Weather app. I want to keep you here with radar. Want to remind you throughout the day, we're updating you on the First Alert Weather app, on our Facebook page, on Twitter, on social media, on our news app, WNBFnews.com. You can actually download our First Alert Weather app right now by scanning this QR code. Really cool way to just get the video updates from the First Alert Weather team. Completely free to download, which is the best part. But you'll notice as the rain continues to fall, it is just once again a gloomy Wednesday morning. More updates, of course, coming throughout the day, and we'll have a full forecast as well on WNBF News at noon. But if you have any questions, let us know, and we'll be here to keep you posted.